A pleasant and a very good Friday. Welcome to the April 24th edition of the Day Weather Podcast. We have to get through today and part of Saturday with some cooler and occasionally breezy and damp weather conditions. A Pacific cold front that came in late yesterday and last night is going to bring Colorado, Nebraska, and Wyoming more showers today, tonight, into early Saturday, but it hasn't been a terribly bad front. We did have some problems on Interstate 80 between Laramie and Cheyenne, but we'll see the weather really improving as we head on into the next few days and next week. You can see the headline, Spring kicks into full gear next week. We're basically going to have what I call a breakthrough week coming up next week. We've got these showers through early tomorrow. We're going to see high pressure build in nicely on Sunday. And warmest temperatures of the year coming next week. And we're going to have a big snow melt getting started in the mountains. The mountain snow melt really has not really gotten going, but that's going to be changing next week. Not only do we just have a couple of days of warmer weather coming, which is what we've had lately. The spring has been a warm day or two. Then we have these Arctic waves come in. April's been pretty darn cold, but we're going to end the week much warmer heading into early May. This is the precipitation that we're expecting with this front through the next few days. Most of this, 90% of this, is going to be what happens today through early Saturday. We expect that there's going to be some shower and thunderstorm activity moving across the area Sunday afternoon, but most of this is going to be over the next 24 hours. This is where we currently are with the jet stream pattern. You can see the jet stream has got a little bit of a ridge of high pressure along the west coast, and we've got this northwest flow coming on through. We've got this ripple here. We've got this next little ripple here. So this is what's going to keep us unsettled through midday Saturday, keeping rain, snow showers, and isolated thunderstorms going. But by Sunday, a broad ridge of high pressure and mild Pacific flow comes into the western United States. So we're going to warm up really quickly on Sunday. There's going to be little disturbances coming through, so Sunday we'll have that chance of afternoon showers or thunderstorms. By Monday, we're probably looking at many areas in the 60s and lower 70s. Now on Tuesday, there's a little wave that's going to clip us. You see this little guy right here? It's headed towards the Great Lakes and Midwest, but we will have a slight drop in temperature on Tuesday. But once that goes by, look at this ridge. This is a very strong high pressure ridge that develops by Wednesday and Thursday of next week in the western United States. This area of high, notice the flow of air now. Look at the flow coming from the desert southwest. So we go from, let me back up here. We go from a central Pacific airflow Sunday. We have that weak cold front Tuesday. Then we have southwestern United States air getting pushed into the high plains and Rockies by the middle to the end of next week. What that means is Wednesday through Friday of next week, we're probably headed to 70s and 80s. I think 80-degree temperatures in eastern Colorado, western Nebraska, western Kansas is a real possibility next week, with 60s and 70s across Wyoming, southern Montana, Colorado's western slope into western Nebraska, into western South Dakota. This is going to be a big snow melt in the mountains next week, a lot of runoff taking place. Now, we do have a frontal system that's due to arrive by the weekend right here. Now, we start May late next week and next weekend. May, on average, gives us the most precipitation, usually in the form of rain, a little bit of wet snow. So we expect May to be wet, but it looks like at least the last days of April into the first couple of days of May, a much warmer weather pattern will be developing. And I think that'll be good news for everybody starting this weekend on Sunday and going through all of the work week next week. Thanks for listening and watching the Day Weather Podcast. Have a great weekend. Better days are ahead with the weather. Have a good weekend.